Oh, Need I say more? So today we're gonna go to the next game that I played, which was Final Fantasy VII Remake. And let me tell you, S tier is gonna be stacked, brother. S tier is gonna be stacked because the men of Final Fantasy VII Remake. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let us begin. Let me move this up here, and of course, I think we have to start off with our boy. We have to start off with our boy, right? The main character, the main lead, our boy of boys, Mr. Cloud Strife. Come on. We all know where he's going. Y'all know where he's going. But I will say this. I will posit this. I think that if you're looking for a really sweet man, I think if you're looking for a man to comfort you and to tell you the right thing at the right time, I think you are not gonna find that with our good friend Cloud Strife. I think you're gonna tell him like you had a bad day at work or some shit, and he's gonna stand there awkwardly like, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? He'll do some shit like that, which I think makes him endearing in some way. You know what I mean? It makes him endearing, but I think in the moment you'd be like, Cloud, I just want you to know what I want. But I think he's gonna be very sweet, very loyal. I think that his love language would be like acts of service. So he'll like definitely be really, really sweet to you. That's the boy. So he has to he has to go to S tier for me. He has to go to S tier. Mr. Barrett Wallace, though, the father to my children, a good father figure. Also an environmentalist. He cares for the environment. He believes that the earth is dying. Although I will say, I think he is also the type to throw tomato soup at a Picasso. Or was it Da Vinci? I don't remember. Oh, it was a Picasso. He is the type to do that. But I think he is a good father. He would take care of your children and make them feel loved and welcomed. But you will have to bail him out of jail because of, I don't know, he'll do some shit like cement his hand to a highway, you know what I mean? For climate change. So I would date Barrett, maybe meet Marlene, but I think a full marriage, I think the commitment there would be too much for me personally. A little too much for me. Johnny, on the other hand, fun guy. I think you'll have a blast with him. Johnny, our good friend. I don't know. Like, I think he'd take you to Wall Market, right? He'll take you to Wall Market and then he'll take you out on the town. I think he knows all the hot spots. I also think that he's a huge foodie. So I think he knows the best dinner spots to take you, you know? I think Johnny would be a blast to date. You know what I mean? I think he'd be a good time. Good time. So love you, Johnny. Love you. But I think a long-term commitment to Johnny would be a little too much. A little too much. Could I see it happening? Yeah. But I think it would be a little too much. Wedge, on the other hand, love him. He's my sweet friend. My sweet friend. I want to just grab his face and just squish it and just love him. And protect him with all I have. But I will say that I think he's just not for me. Not for me. But I'm sure that one day someone out there is going to love him like he deserves. And so for that, he will go to my C tier, which is our friend zone. Oh, I should explain our tiers. S tier is married, A tier is dating, B tier is smash, C tier is friend zone, D tier is no thank you, and F tier is uggo. And it takes a special kind of evil to be an uggo. Biggs, on the other hand, I think is a wonderful marriage of the good qualities of Barrett and the good qualities of Cloud. You know what I mean? Oh, I think he is certainly the man you want by your side, both in a fight and laying next to you in bed. And so certainly, Mr. Biggs, come on. Come on, come on. Show him the love and respect he deserves. Mr. Biggs, love you, buddy. S tier. Smash. No, I'm kidding. F tier. He destroyed an entire slums because he's an asshole. No, President Shinra, hard F tier. Hard F tier. Same thing with Heidegger, I would say. Same thing with Heidegger. Both of these guys are villainous scum. So, uggos. We love John DiMaggio, though. Love John DiMaggio. Now, Johnny's father, on the other hand, now that is a conversation to have. I think Johnny's father is like, he seems really caring. If you remember, after we banished Johnny from the 7th slums, he went to go look for him so he can give him the pillow. So I think he'd be a really sweet guy. I think he's a good, caring father. And the world needs more of that. So, C tier. I want to be his friend, but I don't think the rest are for me. Chicken Conroy says, honestly, Biggs just seems like he'd be such a cool guy to hang out with. I agree. If you're not into that, I would say that he would be a great guy to play cards with. You know what I mean? I think playing a good round of poker with him would be such a blast. I think I would take him axe throwing. This is a dog. He has a sweet voice, but this is a dog. So I refuse to rank him any higher than a C tier. By virtue of being an animal, he is already disqualified from A through B. But I do want to be his friend because I love our little buddy. I'm a friend to all animals. Except for Komodo dragons, which I think are gross. Who is this? Oh, this is Betty's father. This is Betty's father from the one chapter where the pillar was crashing, and he was like, "Betty, there you are." I hate to... I will tell you all this. I'm going to be honest here. Y'all come here for some honesty, some hard truths and honesties. But Smash. Smash, dude. Super Smash Bros. Smash. So Betty's father? Are you perhaps looking for Betty's mother? All right, next. Ooh... A man in charge. Am I looking to be the first lady of Midgar? Maybe. Who can say, dude? Who can say? I'm like literally twirling and kicking my feet during his entire fight, dude. I was like, as he was destroying me with Dark Star, I was blushing, dude. I was blushing. I don't know. There's something about it. There's something about a man in power like that just kind of did it for me. I don't know. Now, this one's an interesting one as well. I think he would go on S tier for me because he is also very, very attractive, very hot man. Reminds me of John Kirstein. I mentioned that a lot during my first playthrough. But I will say... I think there's something about his personality that's a little too wild for me. I think for the same reasons why I put Johnny in A tier as opposed to S tier, I would put him in A tier as well. So much respect to our good friend Roach. But I think an A tier would suit me well. I think he would take me on a good motorcycle ride, you know what I mean? Like I would be on a, like, he would be like, I know a good ramen place. And then he'll like invite you on his motorcycle, give you the helmet, the whole hullabaloo, and you like hold on to him. Like that's the kind of date that I imagine Roach taking you on. And for that, I will go on a date with him. Chicken Conroy says, I mean, Rufus is just objectively hot. It's the truth. And who can argue with the truth? Chicken Conroy has it correctly. All right, y'all. I know y'all were thirsting over this man. From the moment you saw him, from the moment we left the hologram. I know y'all were like chomping at the bit. But let's contain ourselves. Let's contain ourselves. I think it's a no for me. I think it's a solid no thank you. I don't think there's anything like truly remarkable about him, but I think that I think I'm good. I think I'm good. A friendship for me with him, I think it's not for me. Not in the cards, not in the stars for me. So no thank you. Need I say more? Anyway, Mayor Domino. I think he would be a fun friend. I think he'd be a fun friend to have. He just seemed like a fun guy. So sorry, Mr. Hart, but your boss goes to C tier while you stay in D tier. With peace and love and light and honesty. I'm having a conniption, dude. Leslie, my love, my light. The reason why I laugh, the reason why I get up in the morning and trudge about this miserable life. I need not say any more. I need not say any more. Loyal, cunning, caring. If I was Leslie's fiance, I would consider myself the luckiest man alive. Anyway, let's talk about the real board member. Let's talk about the real board member here. Keanu Reeves. Let's talk about the real board member here. I think he would be really respectable. I think I would love to go on a date with him. And I think he'd have really interesting things to say. I think, quite honestly, Reeve Tuesti, like, would have the same kind of firebrand feelings about, no, that's a lie. I'm lying to you. I think he would have things that he's super duper passionate about, and sitting at a dinner with him to talk about it, like a housing crisis. He'll talk about the housing bubble over dinner, right? And I'd be interested. I'd be like, yeah, tell me more. Tell me your thoughts about it. I'd be interested. So, A tier. This guy gave me such disgusting vibes. I don't know why. I know he was a good guy, but he just gave me like bad vibes all around. I watched this video on this TikTok recently where these paparazzi were like yelling at these people who were like in the way of a picture for I think Sarah Jessica Parker, and he would do that, and that gives me the most major ick of all. Middle manager, on the other hand, he's trying to learn Fort Condor to help his daughter. I think he's a bit of a. He's definitely a member of the Shinra bureaucracy, and for that, I wouldn't want to exchange more than 3 words with him. But knocking boots does not require exchanging words, so for that, smash. Ooh, good question here. Bald guy is not really my type. But I will say that voice. Ooh, that voice, powerful, strong, really, shivers my timbers. Like, imagine like that voice in the caverns of Moria. A dragon breathes fire atop his golden coins. And you just hear Rude's voice as Smaug. This man could give Benedict Cumberbatch a run for his money. So for that, a smash. For that, he earns a smash. And I think just his general confidence and just the way he carries himself, Rude earns a smash. But his partner, on the other hand... I don't know, dude. There's something about this kind of character for me. He reminds me a lot of Hawks in MHA. There's just something about that kind of like cocky character for me. The firebrand cocky character that looks like this for me, that just really does it. Really does it. So for that, you deserve an S tier, Mr. Reno. Mr. Reno, congratulations. You deserve an S tier. Now let's get down to the real brass tacks, okay? Let's get down to the real brass tacks. Let's really ask the question here that we've all been asking. Sephiroth, where does he fall on my list? I'm not gonna lie, Sephiroth doesn't really do it for me. Mr. Sephiroth doesn't really do it for me. I'm not gonna lie to y'all at all. Not at all. But he too has a voice of pure gold. Spiderweb spun gold, dude. And he is the most powerful man. He is tall. He is tall. But he also does have mommy issues, and I think that is a little bit of an issue for me. And for that, hey, and you know what? And the size of his sword, let's not forget the size of his sword. Even though, you know, the size does not matter. Size does not matter. It's how you use it. The size of his sword begs to contend. So for that, smash. Chocobo Sam, not for me. Not for me. Not for me, not for me. But I would love to be his friend. If I was friends with Chocobo Sam, I would make him say Red Dead Redemption lines to me over and over again. I'd be like, come on, just cosplay as Dutch. Just a little bit. He'd be like, no, boy. And I'm like, oh, come on, just do it. I'll be Hosea. I wanna cosplay with Chocobo Sam. How are you feeling? Not for me. But he hasn't done anything wrong. I think he's a widower, but he hasn't done anything wrong. But just not for me. No, thank you, sir. This man, on the other hand, not my type at all, but I think that he is certainly the life of a party. He strikes me as the kind of person, too, that I would feel really safe with. You know what I mean? Like, even though I think hanging out with him would be so hard to organize, because I feel like his schedule is like endlessly busy. When we do get together, I feel really safe around him. I feel like I can be really vulnerable around him. So Andrea Rodea, I would love to be your friend. Quite honestly, I would love to be your friend. And I think he'd bring out like a really bombastic side out of me. So thank you. I'd love to be your friend. No, thank you. Oshkosh Bergosh, no thank you. Same with your partner too, wherever he is. I don't know where he is. Nope, that's Corneo. Anyway, speaking of Corneo, this man, if there was something lower than F tier, him and Hojo would find themselves there. Disgusting. Rot in hell. Oh, there he is. There's his partner. Also F tier. Disgusting. Hey, you know what? At Mod Games, we do not support trafficking women, dude. We just don't. Now, Tifa's dad is an interesting question. I don't know enough about him to put him anywhere higher than this tier, though. I think if I got to know him, maybe he'd go up to C tier, but no higher. Sung whimpers. If we're being honest, Sung whimpers. I also imagine Sung doing like those boyfriend audios. And like, you know, he keeps it anonymous. Anonymous, of course. But I imagine him doing the boyfriend audios. And I think it'd be very sweet. I would go on a date with him. I think that it'd be cool. I think it'd be cool to go on a date with Mr. Sung. I think he'd have interesting things to say. Because even though I think he's very silent, I don't think he's emotionally constipated like Cloud. Nah, the cream of the crop. And of course I'm asking about him asleep, you know what I mean? We never saw him awake, so he has to be asleep. But for that, no thank you. I'm okay. I'm okay. No, thank you. You raised a sweet daughter, but no, thank you. This guy was standing outside the factory. I think it's Halfiger, something factory. He's okay. But no, thank you. No, thank you as well. I think it's a no, thank you for me. You seem sweet, but I'm alright. But Weimer, on the other hand, seems super cool. I feel like he knows the lay of the land. I think that if you walked around town with him, everyone would say hi. I feel like he's everybody's friend. That's a senior superlative. He's everybody's friend. So therefore, I think Weimer deserves to be my friend as well. I think Weimer, I would love to have Weimer as a friend. Certainly, certainly, certainly. These three, I think, can go in the same thing. Who is... No, not him. So this is the bandits. Butch something and the other thing. I think it's a no thank you. Or it's a no thanks. Or... God, Monty... Remember your categories, Mr. Monty. I think it's the Uggo tier. It's the F tier for me. No thank you to this trio because you are too odd, too cowardly, and you're criminals. Criminals come. Stop. Thief, you violated the law. That's how I feel about them. Now Marco, on the other hand, he's sick. He's not feeling well. You go in the DJ for me. This is the Beastmaster. I think he hasn't really done anything wrong. He was just participating in the tournament. So he goes in that tier as well. All right. So I think these two can go in the same one. So I think it's Ronnie and the other guy, his name escapes me. But I would love to be friends with them. They seem really cool. I was friends with a lot of wrestlers in high school, and they were always really cool to me. Same thing with Jules, honestly. I would love to be friends with Jules. With the same reason that I'd feel really comfortable around Rodea. I would feel really comfortable around Jules. Like, I would love to be his friend. And he would be the life of the party as well. They'd just be the life of the party. And I just feel really welcomed and comforted by them. You know what I mean? So, for that, Jules also deserves to be C tier. Love, love, love. Love you, Jules. Love you, Jules. All right, we have time for these other smaller versions of 7. For Intergrade, we have Sonon, who, let's be honest here. Come on, dude. Look how precious and sweet. And, like, just the way that he, like, handled Yuffie whenever she was getting, you know, like, antsy and stuff. Beautifully, masterfully done. Beautifully, masterfully done. And handsome to boot. Come on. Talk about it. What's his name again? I think it's Nero. I'm not proud of it. Smash. And this guy, who I forget his name as well. I'm not proud of it. But smash. I would want to be friends with this guy. Look how sweet he is. He seems like a really sweet guy. And I think if I was friends with him, he would give me a discount at the Snapping Turtle. And that sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. I would love to be your friend, buddy. He just seemed like a really sweet guy. Now, Billy Bob, on the other hand. Smash. Now that's a smash I can be proud of. Thank you, Billy Bob, for your service. Gigi, not smash, but certainly nothing lower than a C tier. I think he seems really cool. So I would put you to it. C, not a no thank you, but a C tier for Gigi. And then last on Intergrade's list is Polk. Sweetheart, my sweetheart. I think Polk would be such a sweet boyfriend, dude. Imagine like on a Friday night, like, you know, the two of you have no plans. You're both in your sweatpants. Groceries were done earlier that week, so the fridge is fully stocked with ice cream and snackies. And he's like, board games? Yes. And he goes, can I put on a movie while we play? I'm like, yes. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. So for that, A tier. Or S tier. S tier for Poke. Love you, Poke. Love you, buddy. Love you, love you. I'll see you at the altar. Huh? See you at the altar. All right. And then last thing we'll do today is Crisis Core. And we'll get to 12 and the rest another time. Anyway, Crisis Core Reunion. Let's be honest here. Let's not even bat an eye. Let's not even beat around the bush. Zach Fair, our dashing hero, our lovely hero, because that's what he is in hero, S tier. Immediately. Loyal as well. Immediately. Genesis, a little too crazy for me. A little too crazy to do anything of the sort. And I think that if I went on a date with him, his fangirls would tear me apart. So, one night, I think it's enough for me. One night and I'll be happy. Uggo alert. When this man walks, he makes fart. His shoes make fart noises. When this man walks, you can smell and hear him from a mile away. So no thank you. So these two are the same model because they look the same, but they're not the same. There's Kunsel and Luxier. Kunsel, I would date. I think I would ask for A tier for Kunsel. Let's see, let's talk through it. Kunsel, I think, would be very attentive as a partner. He noticed a lot of the little details that Zach did, who's just, you know, his friend in the game. But like, if he dated you, I think he'd pay attention to such little things that you do, and he'd be like, I love it when you do this. I think he's also very knowledgeable. Honestly, Kunsel, yeah, buddy. You deserve to be S tier. No one stuck by our side like Kunsel did. And loyalty is so important. Luxier, on the other hand, is a rat. He's a fucking rat. But he's not an uggo rat. But he certainly backstabbed us when all that shit went down. Because he was like, just turn yourself in and I'll take credit and then I'll pardon you. Shut up. Stay there. Angeal does not do it for me, but I think he'd be cool to have as a friend. With peace and love and light and honesty, I think he'd be on a good night, I guess. Smash. B tier. Smash. And Lazard. Finally, Lazard. I don't know. Doesn't do it for me either. I'm gonna be honest. Doesn't do it for me either. But I think he'd be a very supportive and very informative friend. So, I think you deserve to be C tier, my amigo. C tier. All right, let's clean up a little bit. Let's clean up. So S tier would marry is Rufus, Cloud, Biggs, Leslie, and Reno. A tier would date is Roach, Barrett, Johnny, Tuesti, and Sung. C tier, or not C tier, B tier, Smash is Rude, the Shinra middle manager, Betty's dad, and Sephiroth. C tier has the full cornucopia. Lovely gents here. A lot of lovely gents. I also don't know the pronouns that Jules goes by, so I just put him there. Anyway, so C tier is Chocobo Sam, Jules, Mayor Domino, Red 13, because he's a fucking dog. Wedge, Johnny's dad, Weimer, Rodea, and then these two fine fellows from the wrestling place. The no thank you tier, I put Tifa's dad, this old man who asked us to bury his wife. And I think personally, I don't think he would want us to put him any higher. I think he's good. Hart, Marco, Jesse's dad, this guy who stands outside the factory, and the Beastmaster. And in Uggo tier, now this is a Nightmare Blunt rotation. President Shinra, Hojo, Heidegger, the reporter, the Arches, these guys, and of course Don Corneo. The tier. In Intergrade, we have in S tier, Sonon and Polk. Lovely, lovely boys who we love so well. In C tier, we have these three who I think, is it Nier? Nier? I could be wrong. But in Smash, not Proud Smashes, but Smashes, mind you, are these two and Billy Bob. And C tier is these two. No F tiers here. Love them. Love to be around you. In Crisis Core, of course, we have Zaki Poo, and Kunsel. Love them. In the Smash tier, we have these two, Angeal and Genesis. And then Friend Zone tier, Lizard. Let's be honest. I'm going to be honest here for a second. On a good day, also Lizard. So, congratulations on your promotion, Mr. Lizard. You couldn't be promoted to Vice President, but you can be promoted in my Hot Guy tier list. So, no C tier. D tier is Luxier, because he's a snake, a sniveling coward. And then the F tier, the coveted F tier, is good old Hollander. Disgusting man. All right, here is our updated list of the Final Fantasy Mod Games Hottest Man tier list. That's 7 done. We have what? 12 left, 15, and 9. And then now we have to do 16 at the end of that game. But look at that. Beautifully done. Beautifully done, everybody.